children were gray, they work much harder than we do, because they're so frightfully clever. I'm really awfully glad I'm a beta, because I don't work so hard. And then we are much better than the deltas and the gammas. Gammas are stupid. They all wear green, and delta children wear khaki. Oh no, I don't want to play with delta children. And epsilons are still worse. They're too stupid to be.
You know, Dr. Wells told me that a 3-month pregnancy substitute now will change my health for the better for the next 3 to 4 years.
Well, I hope he's right. But Fanny, do you really mean to say that for 3 months you won't?
Oh, heavens no, only for a week or two. But I shall spend the evening at the club playing musical bridge. I suppose you're going out?
Yes.
With who?
Henry Foster.
Again? You mean to tell me that you're still going out with Henry Foster?
Yes, but after all, it's only about 4 months now since I've been having Henry.
Only about 4 months. I like that. And I suppose he's been the only person you've been seeing too, hasn't he?
Well, no, there hasn't been anyone else. But I jolly well wish that I don't jolly well see why there should have to be anyone else.
I jolly well don't see why there should have to be anyone else. But seriously, but it's horribly bad form to go on and on like this with just one man. You ought to be careful. At 40 or 35, I mean, it wouldn't be as much of a big deal, but at your age, Lavina, it just won't do. And you know how strongly the DHC objects to anything intense or long drawn. And 4 months of Henry Foster without having another man in between, why, he would be furious. There's no need to give up Henry. Having somebody else from time to time, that's all. He has other girls, doesn't he?
Well, yes, he does.
Of course he does. Trust Henry Foster to be the perfect gentleman. And then there's the director to think of. I mean, you know what a stickler.
Yes, he patted me on the behind the other day.
There, you see, that shows his affinity for the strictest conventionality.
Somehow,
and after all, it's not as though there were anything painful or disgraceful about seeing 1 or 2 men in between seeing Henry. I mean, I just think you ought to be a little bit more promiscuous is all.
yes, but somehow I haven't been feeling very keen on promiscuity lately. There are times when one doesn't. Haven't you found that, Fanny?
But one's got to make an effort. One's got to play the game. Everyone belongs to everyone else.
Yes, everyone belongs to everyone else. I suppose you're quite right, Fanny. But, as usual, I'll make the effort.
I mean, do you have a problem only seeing Henry?
And to tell the truth, I'm beginning to get just a tiny bit bored with nothing but Henry every day. Well, do you know Bernard Marx?
You don't mean to say.
Yes, I mean to say. Why not? Bernard's an Alpha Plus. Besides, he asked me to go to the Savage Reservation with him, and I've always wanted to go to a Savage Reservation.
But his reputation.
What do I care about his reputation?
They say he doesn't like obstacle golf.
They say.
And they say he spends all of his time alone.
Well, he won't be alone when he's with me. And anyhow, why are people so beastly to him? I think he's rather sweet.
But he's so ugly.
But I rather like his looks.
And so small.
I think he's rather sweet. One feels like he would like to pet him, you know, like a cat.
They say somebody made a mistake whenever he was in his blood surrogate. They thought he was a gamma and had alcohol injected into his serum. That's why he's so stunted.
Well, what nonsense. All I can say is that I'm going to accept his invitation.
Not even if it were true about his blood alcohol?
Which I simply don't believe, because I do not think that that's true. I want to go see a Savage Reservation.
You're hopeless, Lenina. I give you up.
There, I'm ready. Let's make peace, Fanny.
One of these days, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
It reminds me of a lower caste community sing. Oh.
It's okay, Lenina. It's okay.
It was awful. too awful. Oh, the blood. My soma. I need my soma.
Hello. You are civilians, aren't you? From the outside, off the reservation?
Who on earth?
The most unhappy gentleman. Look at this spot. Do you not see this darn spot?
Oh my goodness. A gram is better than the darn. I need my soma.
I ought to have been there. It should have been me. Why wouldn't they let me do the sacrifice? I would have given 10, 12 times the blood. 15 maybe. Padawana only got as far as 7. They could have had twice as much from me. But they wouldn't let me. They disliked me for my complexion.
Do you mean to say that you wanted to be hit with the whip?
For the sake of Pueblo, to make the rain come again. And without crying out, yes, to show that I am a man.
What do you want? Get out of here! Get
Mr. Savage will now take the microphone and say a few words.
Get
Won't you,
outta
Mr.
here.
Savage?
Ah!
Well, that was grand. Splendid.